Athens, what to see and taste. Top 10 tips, landmarks, places, and attractions. Athens is best known as an ancient city with temples dedicated to Greek gods, significant archaeological sites, and as a center of art and philosophy. Today, it is also a modern and cosmopolitan city with luxury boutiques, vibrant bars, and restaurants serving amazing delicacies. Athens is the oldest capital city in Europe. People likely inhabited the area as early as 300 BC. Athens is among the most visited European capitals. The beauty of ancient streets and landmarks in the Greek capital blends with modern areas full of restaurants, shops, and a lively nightlife. The weather in Athens is pleasant and sunny year-round, although the number of sunny hours decreases especially between November and January. Summers in Athens are hot and dry, with average temperatures around 30 degrees Celsius in July and August. It's not uncommon, however, to experience temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. January is the coldest month in Athens, with temperatures around 10 degrees Celsius. December is the wettest month, with an average of 65 millimeters of rainfall. Before visiting Athens, consider purchasing an Athens Pass tourist card, which offers discounts to various landmarks, museums, and attractions. You can also check the days when some Athenian tourist attractions offer free admission. Usually, these are holidays on the first Sunday of each month between November and March and the last weekend of September. Before your visit, it's advisable to check for current information and opening hours. Top 10 places, landmarks, and attractions to visit in Athens. 1. The Acropolis, a complex of ancient structures, sits on a rocky hill rising 150 meters above the city. For centuries, the Acropolis served as a citadel, a mythical home of gods, a religious center, and a royal residence. Originally built as the home of Athena, the Greek goddess and patroness of Athens, most of the buildings within the complex were constructed as part of Pericles' extensive building program in the 5th century BC. The Propolia serves as the entrance gate to the Acropolis. The most famous ancient building in the complex is the Parthenon Temple, dedicated to the goddess Athena, which has also been used in history as a Christian church or mosque. On the southwest slope of the Acropolis is Herod Atticus Odeon, built in 161 BC, where cultural events are still held today. The Erechtheian Temple, completed in 406 BC, was used to worship Athens and Poseidon Erechtheus. 2. Acropolis Museum. This modern museum houses an impressive collection of ancient artifacts from the Acropolis. The museum provides visitors with an insight into the history of the Acropolis through permanent and temporary exhibitions featuring sculptures, excavations, and various objects that once served Athenians in their daily lives. 3. Temple of Olympian Zeus. Hadrian's Arch from 131 AD is the entrance to the Temple of Olympian Zeus complex. Its construction began in the 6th century BC, but it was not completed until the 2nd century BC, and it was dedicated to the god Zeus. The temple, also known as the Olympian, was the largest temple in Greece at the time. It housed one of the largest statues in the ancient world, a statue of Zeus made of ivory and gold. About 100 years after the temple was completed, it was plundered and began to decline, but a significant portion of it still remains today. 4. Ancient Agora was once the center of political and commercial life in ancient Athens. It housed important buildings, shops, and markets, and it was a meeting place for people and government. The area includes the Temple of Hephaestus or the Theseion, which is well preserved to this day. It is even one of the best preserved ancient temples in the city. The area also houses the Museum of the Ancient Agora, which provides insight into the institutions and functioning of ancient Athens. 5. Plaka is the oldest neighborhood in Athens and one of the most beautiful areas with narrow streets, traditional houses, souvenir shops, and traditional Greek taverns. This neighborhood is built on the site of the ancient residential area of ancient Athens. Plaka is a well-known tourist area, so it is always bustling. 6. Monastiraki. The area around Monastiraki Square, like Plaka, is always busy and full of tourists and locals who gather and shop there. Monastiraki is one of the main shopping areas in Athens. And one of its most famous attractions is the flea market with shops and stalls selling souvenirs, crafts, furniture, and other goods. Monastiraki also houses several landmarks, including Hadrian's Library, the Agora, and the Tower of the Winds, which is one of the oldest meteorological stations in the world. Monastiraki is also a favorite spot for tourists who want to enjoy traditional Greek food and drinks in taverns and restaurants overlooking the Acropolis. 7. Anafiotika. Near Plaka is the picturesque neighborhood of Anafiotika. This neighborhood on the slope of the hill on which the Acropolis stands is also called Santorini, Athens. Rather than the capital of Greece, it resembles a small traditional Greek village with white houses nestled in the rocks. The traditionally looking houses, steep stairs, and flower-lined streets make this neighborhood a hidden gem of Athens. 8. Panathenaic Stadium. Also known as Kalamarmaro or Panathenaic Stadium, this stadium once hosted the Panathenaic Games festivals, competitions, and cultural events in honor of the goddess Athena. The stadium was built in the 6th century BC, rebuilt in marble in the 4th century BC, and rebuilt again in marble around 144 BC. Panathinaiko is the only stadium in the world built entirely of marble. The present stadium was renovated for the first modern Olympic Games in 1896. 9. Lycabettus Hill, at 227 meters above sea level, is the highest point in the city. It offers a magnificent view of Athens, and for easier access, there is a cable car that reaches the summit in 3 minutes. Alternatively, you can hike to the top. A moderately challenging hike takes about 30 minutes. On the hilltop are the Greek Orthodox Church of St. George and an amphitheater where ancient and modern concerts and events take place. There is a legend associated with the origin of Lycabettus Hill. According to legend, the goddess Athena carried a large rock in her hands, which she was about to use to build the Acropolis. However, when a raven flew by and shared bad news with her, the goddess dropped the rock in fright. 10. Banaki Museum. A network of 7 museums in Athens, with the main building from the 19th century, offers an overview of the culture and history of Athens to every visitor who visits the museums. Art collector Antonis Banaki founded this museum in 1930 in honor of his father Emmanuel, who bought the building as the Banaki family residence. The museum houses diverse collections of Greek artifacts and artworks from antiquity to the modern era.